Welcome to Thinkable, an educational content studio dedicated to one thing, helping high school students and their teachers succeed. And welcome to Thinkable Math, the first generation of thinkable tools.
When you're a high school student, everything seems like a test. You feel constantly pressured to perform and measure up. When you're a high school teacher, everything is a test. Students expect you to be interesting, parents expect you to increase their kids' grades, and school boards expect you to keep up with a curriculum that is constantly changing.
Students and teachers need tools that won't let them fail, tools that won't give up on them in the middle of a confusing class,
Tools for every subject that are easy to use, anywhere, no matter where they live, and anytime, even when they feel stuck at 9 o'clock at night.
When you're in high school, learning math isn't easy. It's foundational, it's core, and it's complicated. It's the subject that stresses kids the most. So, we did our homework.
We recruited a great educator, a PhD math teacher who won her country's highest teaching award and has dedicated her career to making math accessible.
We listened to students and teachers in the US and Canada through 2 rounds of focus groups. Then we built a nimble team of the finest educational, technical, instructional design, and creative minds. A team that believes in real applied research, that believes in learning through failure so kids won't have to.
We built 3 prototypes over 4 years. We tested them with 40 teachers and 80 students in the US and Canada, and we tested our latest version against 2 gold standards. So how did we score?
Students using our resource scored 17% more correct test answers than students using the traditional gold standard, the textbook, and the associated web resource of one of the world's largest educational publishers.
And they scored 28% more correct test answers than students using the leading self-directed educational website. That's a whole letter grade higher, and that was our alpha version. With all that we've learned from this round of testing, we are planning improvements, which will make the gap even greater. Let's take a look.
One of the things I really like about Thinkable is that I don't waste time on web searches for school stuff. Thinkable fits my curriculum perfectly. It covers all topics in a unit, and every topic has instruction and practice. And at the end of the unit, there's a practice test and a real one. Everything I need and my teacher needs is here, all in one place. Thinkable brings math to the real world, which is pretty cool. Every lesson starts with an interesting real-life math story.
When Shaun White won the snowboard superpipe event in the X Games last year, his highest jump out of the halfpipe was 18-1. Today, we want to talk about someone who jumped way higher.
And the story always ties into what I'm studying.
Now, what does this all have to do with quadratic functions?
The moment Simon Dumas left the lip of the quarter pipe, you could calculate his height at any time during his jump with this quadratic function.
The lesson in every topic is broken down into 4 or 5 short demos, and they're really different.
Imagine a frog jumping. A biologist
They're
wants
more
to
like
find out the
animations or
highest height
stories
the
than
frog
lessons.
reaches when it jumps. Let's start by modeling the first set of the crab's legs using the function y equals 0.08 x squared. We can model
And the story in every demo finishes by tying everything together.
coefficients of x squared compress and expand the graph and determine whether it opens upwards or downwards.
Now when I think of a vertex, I think of that frog. And when I think of the coefficient a, I think of that crab. I learn a lot by visualizing. And after every Thinkable demo, there's an interaction focused on visualizing the concept. Here, I have to estimate the value of the term a in this quadratic function. based on the shape of its graph, using this tool to recreate its graph. After I do this a few times, what A does in a quadratic function is imprinted in my head. The last thing you do after a demo is answer a standard math question, like the one you'd see on any test. By the time I get to it, I feel like the demo and the visualization have really prepared me to answer it. The concept is there, I just have to apply it. Thinkable really supports students in working through these questions. If I get it wrong, I get an explanation. If I still don't get it, I can always go watch a video of the solution.
In this question, we're taking a look at the...
But usually, I get it right the first time. My teacher gives us the practice as homework. They're usually about 7 or 8 questions, and they take about 20 minutes to answer. The questions are really different. They aren't all just multiple choice, and they make me think more. If I need help, I can get a hint. If I still don't get it, I can always watch a video of the solution.
In this question, we need to look at the 4 functions.
And when I'm finished, I get a score. And the teacher gets it too. So my grade doesn't only depend on how well I do on a test. By the end of the unit, I get it. I've had instruction on each topic in a lesson. I've visualized it. And I've answered a question about it. After every lesson, I've done a practice. And at the end of the unit, I've done a practice test. So by the time my teacher unlocks the real test, I'm ready for it. What I like most about Thinkable is that it won't let me fail. It's all there, even late at night if I get stuck. It explains anything 5 times if I need it to. And it gives me lots of opportunity to practice. Math is way less stressful. Now I know I can do it.
We know what it takes to build great educational content. We've invested 5 years developing 3 prototypes with 2 rounds of research and testing to be where we are today. We want to build a resource helping millions of high school kids and their teachers.
We need a partner, a sponsor, an investor, or an owner who shares our vision and has the capital to support us. Give us a call.